Hello students, today I'm going to continue the chapter 3, Understanding Quadrilateral. Understanding quadrilateral. Quadrilateral കുറിച്ച് മനസ്സിലാക്കുക. Okay. In the first part, we have seen about the different types of polygons, about the closed curve, simple curve, not closed curves. We saw about it, and some what is meant by diagonal and different kinds of polygons we have seen. And we saw that angle sum property of a quadrilateral, right? Quadrilateral means a four-sided polygon. We are continuing today the next exercise, exercise 3.2. It is based on the sum of the measures of exterior angles of a polygon. Exterior angles of a polygon. We have seen angle sum property, that is interior angle sum property of a quadrilateral. Here it is a polygon. Polygon means, what is mean polygon? It is a closed, simple closed curve made up of straight lines. We have seen in last class. So the sum of here, the sum of the measures of exterior angles of a polygon is equal to 360. It's same like sum of angles of measures, interior angle measures of a quadrilateral is 360. Same way, exterior of any polygon. It is any just as a general term, whether it is a three-sided polygon, whether it is a four-sided polygon, five-sided or six-sided, any kind of sided, but the angle measured is fixed. Exterior angle, sum of exterior angle, it is a fixed value, it is 360. If it is a 10-sided polygon, the exterior angle, sum of the exterior angle is 360. If it is a 12-sided, 360 only. If it is a 13-sided, it is also 360. It never changes. Okay. So what is mean by this? The exterior angles. When we extend this line, we can take this angle 1. This we can say as angle 2. We can extend this one angle, say angle 3. Extend this. This is angle 4, and we can extend this one angle 5. Which means that the measure of angle 1 plus measure of angle 2 plus measure of angle 3 plus measure of angle 4 plus measure of angle 5 is equal to 360 degree. Okay. Let us see one problem based on it. So we are going to see the example 1. Find the measures find the measure x from this one. So x is nothing but, in this picture, x is nothing but an exterior angle. When we add, just we saw that exterior angle property. When we add all four exterior angles are there. When we add all four exterior angles, we get the value 360. So that we can use that property idea to find out the value of x. So when we add 90 plus 50 plus 110 plus x, when we add all values, that is equal to 360 degree. So we can add all things. 110 plus 90, 200 plus 50, 250. So 250 plus x is equal to 360. So x is equal to 360. When you send this one, 250 minus 250 degree. When we subtract, we get 110. X is equal to, we get 110 degree Celsius. 110 degree. Let us see another question. Before going to see the next question, let us understand some facts about regular polygons. We have seen about regular polygons, which means it has a equiangular and a equilateral. What does it mean by equiangular? all angles are equal. What does it mean by equilateral? All sides are equal, right? So let us take one we can imagine that it is look like the regular polygon. Though it is not as similar, we can imagine that all sides are equal and all angles are equal. So when we take like this, if you want to find out the exterior angle of this regular polygon, so it is a pentagon, 5 sides are there. This lines indicates that all angles are all sides are equal. Okay, so if you want to find out the exterior angle of it, there is a method for all regular polygons. This method only for regular polygons. How many sides are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides are there. We know that sum of exterior angles equal to 360. When we add all the exterior angles, when we add all exterior angles of this polygon, exterior angle 1, 2, 3, angle 4 and exterior angle 5. When we add all exterior angles, we get 360. We know that. So how many exterior angles are there? The number of exterior angles also equal to number of sides. 5 sides are there. There are 5 exterior angles, right? So 360 we can divide by the number of sides. When we divide by number of sides, we get the number exterior angle value, right? So when you divide 360 by 5, it goes it won't go, so we can get 36. We can say 7 5s are 35. Reminder, we can 1 put the 2 5s are 10, so we get 72, which is equal to 72. So we can say each angle measure is 72. Each angle measure is 72. All are 72 degrees Celsius. 72 degree. Okay. So if you know the number of sides, we can find out the angle measure. It is also vice versa. If we know the angle measure, we can find the number of sides. So how? So if you know that if it is given angle measure of a exterior angle of a regular polygon is 72, find the number of sides. So we can divide 360 by 72 degree, we get number of sides equal to 5. So when you divide it in this way, we can find it. So when we asked a question about what is the minimum angle measure we can have for a interior angle of a regular polygon, there is a question in the exercise. So minimum angle we need. What is the minimum interior angle we can have for a regular polygon? Okay, so I have taken here a triangle, equilateral triangle. Why? Because I have taken equilateral triangles. Equilateral triangle is the we can make using it is the triangle is the polygon which are minimum sides, right? It is the we can use only 3 lines. If you go for 4 lines, so number of lines will increase. Using a minimum number of least number of lines we are using, only 3 lines used in the triangle. That is why I have taken triangle. So if you see the angle measure of triangle, okay, we know that sum of in a triangle, sum of the interior angles is equal to 360 degree, 180 degree in a triangle. So there are 3 angles are equal. So sum measure is sum of the interior angles is equal to 180. There are 3 angles are there. When you divide that, we get 60 degree. So the minimum interior angle can a regular polygon have 60 degree. Okay, that is a question. So the same way, what is the maximum value can have a maximum exterior value, maximum exterior angle value? That is a question. So maximum exterior angle we can have from the same regular or equilateral triangle can have. അതായത് ഈക്വലേറ്റഡ് ട്രയാങ്കിളിലാണ് നമ്മൾ മിനിമം ഇൻറ്റീരിയർ ആംഗിൾ നമുക്ക് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ പറ്റുക, അതേപോലെ മാക്സിമം എക്സ്റ്റീരിയർ വാല്യൂ ഓഫ് എ റെഗുലർ പോളിഗൺ. അതായത് ഓരോ റെഗുലർ equilateral triangle exterior angle, how do you find it? So because this line is straight line from 180, that is straight line angle, when you minus 60 degree we get remaining 120. So 120 is the maximum exterior angle a regular polygon can have. Okay, using this you can do the questions in the exercise. Let us see the next example 2. So example 2, find the number of sides of a regular polygon whose exterior angle has a measure of 45. So exterior angle measure is 45, we should find the number of sides. So total measure of all exterior angles, we know that is equal to 360 degree. Then the measure of each exterior angle, the question is given, measure of each exterior angle is equal to 45. So what we have to do to find the number of exterior angles? So the number of exterior angles is also equal to the number of sides. If you find the number of exterior angles, that is equal to number of sides. So we can do 360 divided by 45. 360 we should divide by 45. So 45 which I have to divide. So for a division we have to divide 360 by 45. Okay, so both numbers ends with 0 or 5. So these two numbers divisible by 5. Okay, so let us divide this 360. For that we can strike the 360 and we can take the first number. 3 can you divide by 5? I don't know. 3 5 കൊണ്ട് ഡിവൈഡ് ആവില്ല. സോ വി കൻ ടേക്ക് 36 5 കൊണ്ട് ഡിവൈഡ് ആവും വെച്ചാൽ അതും ആവില്ല. പക്ഷേ 36ൽ എത്ര 5 ഉണ്ട് നമുക്ക് നോക്കാൻ പറ്റും. 7 5s are 35. 7 5s are 35. റിമൈൻഡർ ഹൗ മച്ച്? 7 5 are 35. ഇവിടെ 36 ഉണ്ട്. സോ 36 minus 35 1 we can give it here. Now we can take it this as a 10. Okay, so in 10 the 1 we can give here. We can imagine that this is a 10. In 10 how many 5s are there? 2 5s are 10. Same way in 45 we know that 9 5s are 45. 9 5s are 45. Now 72 divided by 5. What is 72 divided by 5? What is 72 divided by 5? That is 72 divided by 9, that is equal to 8. So finally, so number of exterior angle is equal to 8. Therefore, so we can say the polygon has The polygon has 8 sides. The polygon has 8 sides. When you strike it, we get 9. Okay. So that's it, this question. Let us see the next one. Since our lesson is about understanding quadrilaterals, it is about quadrilateral. Next, we are going to see about kind of quadrilaterals. So we are going to see about first trapezium. Trapezium nothing but a quadrilateral with a pair of sides parallel, pair of sides of parallel sides. A pair of sides means two sides are parallel. That's very simple. If you see that these two here, these two sides are parallel, and if you see this also, these two sides are parallel. And if you see only one set of sides are parallel, not both sides. If it is both sides are parallel, and then it is a parallelogram that we see later of this lesson session. If you see that in non-parallel lines, these are non-parallel sides. If you see these two examples, these two sides are non-parallel sides, but if you see that I have given these two dashes, which means these two are lengths are equal. The non-parallel sides, these two sides are not parallel. These are here it is parallel. Never mind. We can say these two are in equal in length. If you take the non-parallel sides of a trapezium are equal, then it is called as isosceles trapezium. then we say it is a isosceles trapezium. When we say a trapezium is isosceles, the non-parallel sides, if it is equal, we say it is a isosceles trapezium. Let us see the next one. Next we are going to see about the kite. It's kind of a quadrilateral. In this one, exactly two pairs of equal consecutive sides are equal. Consecutive sides means very next to neighboring sides. They are equal, as it is in this picture. These two sides are equal, and also these two sides are equal. These are consecutive sides. So exactly two pairs of consecutive. So here one pair, here one, another one. So two pairs of it. So it has some properties. The first one, the diagonals, they are perpendicular to each other. The angle between the diagonals are 90 degree. And the second one, one of the diagonals bisects the other. If you see this, this diagonal bisects the second one. So these two parts are equal. So we can understand one of the diagonal bisects another one. So the length of this one from here to, if you write here, this point is O. So we can say that OB length is equal to OD length. These two lengths are equal. And if you see that the angle measure of B and D will be equal, and these two angles will be equal, and angle E and C are not equal in this one. So opposite A, these two will be equal. These are the properties of the quadrilateral shape, kite shape quadrilateral. Next we see about next kind of quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Parallelogram, it is a quadrilateral with each pair of opposite sides. Pair of sides are parallel. Each pair of sides parallel, we say it. So we see that side AB is parallel to side DC. We can say side AB parallel to side DC. In the same way, and we can say that side AB, side AD is parallel to side BC. So opposite sides are, each pair of sides are parallel, we can say. So each pair of sides parallel, then it is a parallelogram. Then we can see some of the properties of it. The first one, we can say that opposite sides are equal. In this one, opposite sides. So we can say that side AB is equal to side DC. The same way, and we can say that side AD is equal to side BC. So opposite sides are equal. Then the second one is opposite angles are equal. Second property is angles, opposite angles are equal. So measure of angle A is equal to measure of angle C. And we can say that measure of angle B is equal to measure of angle D. So opposite angles are equal. Then diagonals bisects one another. Diagonals bisects one another. This distance of OB is equal to distance of OD. The same way distance of OA is equal to distance of OC. So we can say that OB is equal to OD and OA or AO is equal to OC. So diagonals bisects each other. So they divide into equal halves. That's the meaning. Next, fourth one, adjacent angles are supplementary. When we add, these two are adjacent angles, the neighboring angles. When we add adjacent angles, that is equal to 190 degree. That is nothing but when you add angle A plus when you add angle B, that is equal to 180 degree. And we can say that any of the adjacent angles, when you add angle A plus angle D also, we get 180 degree. So when you add adjacent angles, we get 180 degree. That is, so we can say that adjacent angles are supplementary. So angle A plus measure of angle D is equal to 180 degree. Next we learn about transversal. We already learned in 7th standard about transversal. It is we can recall what is meant by transversal. When there is a two parallel lines, if a line intersect, the intersecting line is called as a transversal. So we can name this line as AB, and this one we can say it is a AB, and we can name it as C and D. Okay. For A and B, AB and CD are parallel lines. Parallel line വിചാരിക്കാം. Then this line DB will be the transversal for these two lines. Okay. When we extend this one, so this line acts as a transversal, and also if we extend these lines, the AC will be transversal of this line AB and CD. Transversal ആയിരിക്കും. What is the purpose of transversal? We'll get what about these two angles? Alternative interior angles. These two angles are alternative interior angles. Here also these two angles are alternative interior angles, and we can say this and this angle also are alternative interior angles. Okay. These angles, so we can say name it angle 1 2 3 4 5 6. We can say this angle is angle 7 and 8. See the angle 1 and 8, they are, see 1 and 5, they are corresponding angles. Same way angle 2 and 6 are corresponding angles. Okay. The same way angle here, if you see the angle 4 and 6 are interior opposite angles. Interior alternative interior opposite angles or interior alternative angles. Interior alternative angles are equal. So 4 and 6 are equal, and 3 and 5 are equal. Interior alternative angles are equal. Corresponding angles are equal. So angle 1 and 5, 2 and 6, 4 and 8, 3 and 7. These are corresponding angles are equal. എന്തിനാ പറഞ്ഞു തരുന്നത് വെച്ചാൽ to recall these values, properties. ഇത് നമുക്ക് ഈ ദിസ് പാരലോഗ്രാം ബേസ് ചെയ്തുള്ള ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ടുള്ള വളരെ ഈസി ആയിട്ട് സഹായിക്കുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങളാണ്. വെൻ വി ഹാവ് എ diagonal, this line is a diagonal. The diagonal acts as a transversal for line AB and CD. ഇതിനെ transversal ആയിട്ട് act ചെയ്യും. So when it does attract, this angle and this angle will be interior, alternative interior angles ആയിരിക്കും. So if it is x and if it is y, x, y are equal because alternative interior angles ആയിരിക്കും these two angles. So ഇത് ബേസ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് നമുക്ക് പ്രോബ്ലംസ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ടുള്ള ഈസി ആയിരിക്കും. സോ ഹിയർ എക്സ് ആൻഡ് വൈ വിൽ ബി ഈക്വൽ ബിക്കോസ് ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് എ ഓൾട്ടർനേറ്റീവ് ഇൻറ്റീരിയർ ആംഗിൾസ് ആയിരിക്കും. ഓക്കെ, സോ ലെറ്റ് us see the next topic, next question. Next let us see the example 3. We have to find the perimeter of the parallelogram PQRS. It is given in the picture. So here PQ length is 12 centimeter and QR length is 7 centimeter. So using the we know that in a parallelogram opposite sides are equal. So if it is this 12 centimeter, SR also 12 centimeter. QR is 7 centimeter, so P is also 7 centimeter. So we can write here PQ is equal to SR, which is equal to 12 centimeter. The same way QR is equal to PS is equal to 7 centimeter. So we need the perimeter. Perimeter nothing but the length around the shape. All the length we have to add. So this is also 12 centimeter. Here also 7 centimeter. We can add it. So we can add all the sides, which means PQ plus QR plus RS plus SP, which is equal to nothing but 12, which is equal to 12 plus 12 plus 7 plus 7, so equal to 12 plus 24, 7 plus 7 plus 14, so we get 38 centimeter is the perimeter of the given parallelogram. Let us see the next question. In example 4, in figure, this given figure, then it is named at BEST is a parallelogram. In that we have to find the values of the angles X, Y and Z. So angle measure Z, X, Y and Z we have to find. So we know that we have to use the properties and find the answer. One of the properties says that opposite sides of a parallelogram equal. This is a parallelogram is given. So we can take this, these two sides are parallel and these two sides are parallel. Opposite sides are equal. So we can say that angle B is equal to angle S, which is equal to 100, we can say 100 degree. Because opposite, we have to write the reason. Opposite angles are equal. Then we can say that angle X and Y are equal because corresponding angles of a these are corresponding. How these two angles are corresponding angles? Because these two lines are parallel lines. SE, this line acts as a transversal. When a transversal intersects two parallel lines, corresponding angles are equal. So X and Y are corresponding angles. So here we can say that X equal to Y, which is equal to 100 and which is equal to 100 because corresponding angles are equal. So we can say that this angle Y plus Z is equal to 180 degree because these two are linear pair. So angle Y plus Z is equal to 180 degree. Angle Y value is 100 plus Z value is 180. Z is equal to 180 minus 100. Z is equal to 80. The reason is they are linear pair angles. So we used here three properties. One is properties of a parallelogram, that is opposite angles are equal. Here properties of a transversal, that is corresponding angles are equal, and here we used linear pair. So from this one we can understand ഒരു question തന്നെ നമുക്ക് ഒന്നിൽ കൂടുതൽ പ്രോപ്പർട്ടീസ് യൂസ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടി വരും. സോ പ്രോപ്പർട്ടീസ് നമുക്ക് അറിഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നതാണ് നല്ലത്. പ്രോപ്പർട്ടീസ് പഠിച്ചു വയ്ക്കുക. ഈ ലെസണിൽ നമ്മൾ അറിഞ്ഞിരിക്കേണ്ടത് പ്രോപ്പർട്ടീസ് ഓഫ് എ ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ് types of quadrilaters are properties of parallelogram, properties of rhombus, properties of a rectangle, properties of a square. Every properties we should learn and understand. Then only we can understand this type of questions. Properties നമുക്ക് ഓർമ്മയില്ലെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് ഇതിൻ്റെ ആൻസേഴ്സ് നമുക്ക് എഴുതാൻ കഴിയില്ല. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഇത് നമുക്ക് കോപ്പി അടിച്ച് അടുത്തുള്ളതിൻ്റെ പേപ്പറിൽ നമുക്ക് നോക്കി എഴുതാൻ പറ്റുന്നതാണ്. പക്ഷേ പ്രോപ്പർട്ടീസ് എഴുതിയാൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഈ പ്രോപ്പർട്ടീസ് വെച്ചിട്ടാണ് നിങ്ങൾ എഴുതിയത് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മനസ്സിലാവുള്ളൂ. സോ ഡോണ്ട് റൈറ്റ് ഓൺലി ദിസ് ആൻസേഴ്സ്, വി നീഡ് ദിസ് explanation also. How did you get the answer? This says how did you get the answer. So you should write the correct properties with your answers. Okay, let us see the next question. Let us see this example 5. In a parallelogram RING ring, the angle measure angle R is equal to 70 degree is given. Find all other angles. We should find all other angles in it. So we know that opposite angles are equal. So measure of angle R is equal to measure of angle N, which is equal to 70 degree. This is also 70 degree because opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles are equal. In a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. Then we can say here angle I. How do you find angle? Adjacent angles are supplementary. So we can find angle I. Angle I is equal to, measure of angle I is equal to 180 minus 70, which gives us 110. So we can say that measure of angle R and measure of angle I are supplementary. Supplementary angles. So by this way we found all the angles now. So we got 110 here. What about angle G? It's also 110. Opposite angles are equal. So we can say that measure of angle I is equal to measure of angle G, which is equal to 110. Since the same property, that is opposite angles are equal. So by this way we found all other angles. Let us see the next question. So let us see the question number 6 here. It's given, it's a figure, a parallelogram is given, its name is help or HE help, HE help P. Given that here the OE length is 4, here given this HL is 5 more than PE. HL is 5 more than PE is given. So we know that here the diagonals of a parallelogram, it's intersect each other, right? Bisects each other. So these two lengths are equal. So we can say that the OE length is equal to 4. OE is also equal to OP is equal to 4. So total we can say what is the length of PE is equal to 4 plus 4, right? So PE is equal to 4 plus 4, that is equal to 8. So this length is 8. We are saying the HL is 5 more than PE. So HL length is 5 more than PE. PE length is 8. More than that, 5 more than, we have to add 5. More 5 given. So more means add 5. That is equal to 13. So HL length is 13. So we need to find the HL length. We have found that HL is equal to 13. That is the question is the length of HL, okay, that we have to find. That we have found here, that this HL is equal to 13. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. See you in the next class.